Or they're Ashkenazis. You know what Ashkenazi means in Greek? Bewitched by kinetic energy into a holocaust. Same thing that Mr. Twitchy, the baby's lip there was. Telling you guys, this is no joke. And I want to tell you what you're thinking. Now, let me tell you how they operate. You're thinking right now, there's no way whatsoever that this could be true, Jerry, because it's just too obvious. Well, guess what, guys? They're so smart. Listen, they're counting on you to think that. Now you're going to be even bewitched even more. I mean, it's criminal, man. I don't know. Don't know what you guys are going to do, but you just seen her a minute ago what I showed you. And all I done was just scroll through there for 2 or 3 minutes and saw that. And then I heard him say, I'm walking into FEMA Mart. Okay. I hear you, pal. Yep.
The closed down Walmart in Ohio. I want people to notice I'm on the back side of the compound, and this wire runs a lot farther than just the old Walmart. It wraps all the way up around David's Bridal, reporting from the Springdale, Ohio Walmart with the barbed wire on top of it. This is their little complex. The sun's in the way. It's an underground facility. It's like a base. That's the top of it. Why in the hell does Walmart Supercenter need that? See the Walmart trucks? And I worked in this little white building here. See, it's like a military style entrance, kind of like a FEMA camp. But I worked in this white building here, and I saw there's a tunnel. You can go from in that building to the underground facility.
After the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon, they apparently decided that they needed to have a bunker. There's a facility for the Walton family in case of an apocalyptic attack, a residence that they can live in and reside in case they had to do that. There's a helipad behind the facility back there where they can come in by helicopter, and there's satellite uplink dishes back behind the facility. And most of it is underground, as you can see. You can't really see much from the gate, which is all fortified.
They lost their homes, their businesses, their constitutional rights, all stripped away during World War II. For almost 4 years, Japanese Americans lived behind barbed wire in concentration camps right here in the U.S. And as we continue to bridge the divide, 13 Action News reporter Alicia Patillo takes you back in time for a day of remembrance.
Video for you this afternoon. Bill Gates, he's one of those people that, the conspiracy theorists, they try to nail him and everything else, and they just can't seem to do it. I'd like to take a shot at him in front of the camera. I would. I'd love to, people. They wouldn't let me do it. They'd never let me on stage with it, but I could take Mr. Bill Gates down in 20 minutes or less. But of course, if I did, you guys probably wouldn't believe it, because it would be a spiritual war that would exist in language, and it would be interpreting things that you wouldn't understand, so probably a lot of people would probably laugh at it. But anyway, Mr. Bill Gates, he's one of the big donors of the WHO, or the World Health Organization, they call it. And he's actually the founder of it. It's called the World Health Organization, which you can briefly see right here. Foundation to become the largest part of WHO donor. And a lot of people think that he means the World Health Organization when he talks about the WHO. Mr. Bill Gates doesn't mean that at all when he says he's going to do what the WHO wants him to do, people. He's really meaning that he's going to do what the devil wants him to do, because he's talking about the owl at the Bohemian Grove in California, where all the big Satanists get together, and they all worship this thing, which is not a thing in the world, but another symbol of the fire god Moloch. And you guys can get in the Old Testament. You can read all about the fire god Moloch and how the Edomites and the Canaanites sacrificed their children into this thing in the fire. And most of the time it's a bull, but sometimes it can be an owl too. And so that's what they've done with it in California. They made it into an owl. Now, also the children of Israel, a lot of times they went over to the fire god Moloch and sacrificed their children into a bull, a burning bull. Can't make it up, folks. Just read it in the Old Testament. You can make reference to it. It's in several places. Okay? But when Mr. Bill Gates says that he is going to do what the WHO wants him to do, which he says is the World Health Organization, that's not what he really means. He means the WHO is in an owl, is in the fire god Moloch at the Bohemian Grove, where all these rich, very rich owners of all these corporations and politics and stuff all get together to worship this thing and to decide what they're going to do with the world and with you people, because the devil runs this world, guys, whether you want to admit it or not. But now you know the mystery of what Mr. Bill Gates means when he says, I'm going to do what the WHO wants me to do. Yeah, we know what you mean, Bill. We sure do. Right here it is. Yeah. Thank you for watching my video.
Winner. Putting the world's most innovative technology in the hands of one of the world's most innovative artists. But rather than me tell you, I thought we'd leave it to her to tell you about the work we've done together.
The potential to imagine the unimaginable. Think the unthinkable. See the unseeable. With the arsenal of the world's leading technology at my fingertips, I now have the ability to invent the uninventable. Rebranding into its future, Intel has enlisted House of Gaga to collaborate on a project that will showcase technology through creativity at the highest level. Our partnership will culminate in a performance that inspires to remind the world of the seed of innovation, the wizard behind the curtain, the mind behind the machine.
You heard what she said there now. The man behind the curtain.
If you are really great and powerful, you keep your promises.
Do you presume to criticize the great Oz? You ungrateful creatures think yourselves lucky that I'm giving you audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now. Oh. The great Oz has spoken. Oh. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Okay, people, this is part 2 of the Liber Oz, the mystery of Liber Oz. It's solved. And I know I told you people that I wasn't going to do any more videos trying to show you anything, but I guess I'm just a fool for you guys, man. I think you ought to know the truth and stuff, but you guys, you just don't catch on. Now, if this video doesn't make any sense, it could be monetized. Like the one last night, who knows, man? We're going to see how this turns out, okay? But I want to try to explain this as best as I can. Now, this is part 2 of the mystery of Liber Oz, the ushering in of the great age of Horus by Crowley. And, first of all, if you will go back and take a look at my first video of the mystery of Liber Oz, I hope you figured out Novartis is Novavax at the end of it, okay? And you're just going to have to connect the dots from there. Many of you didn't. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, the Book of Lies that you have, it has the black triangles that's underneath the eyes of Crowley's demon. And you also see those triangles that's underneath that's underneath the clown that's in my video. So it's definitely him, guys. There's no other way around it. There's too much stuff. Even the fish, the book of the fish, that's not finished. You have an image of the fish in my Liber Oz video. You need to go back and you need to look at that. Okay? That's what the fish is all about. It's the ushering in of Horus, the completion of the supposed great work of Crowley. Okay. Now, Crowley said 0 equals 2 is what Crowley said in his Book of Lies. I know what he meant by that, guys. He meant the broad arrow, shot, and he meant photosynthesis all at one time. And many of you guys don't understand some of that. I understand that, but I'm just telling you what it is. See my video that I done at trying to solve some of that stuff. You know what it is. Now, this is the Kabbalistic tree of life, folks. And there's different versions of this Kabbalah. You got an astrological version of this that has the stars and the alignments, which is not what you think, by the way. Saturn is actually the sun. I'm not getting into that right now, but you got the demonic version of Kulipith Kabbalah, which Joe Biden invoked the Dark Winter with in my Liber Oz video, the very first one I made. And you got the version of the bowel structure of human anatomy. And this is the one that's important when it comes down to seeing what was Crowley after when he devised this entire plan that he had, from the Book of Lies to the Giant's Thumb book to the fish. You have to understand what he was after, and you have to understand how to convert it over. Now, I want to tell you this. The C19, all this comes in groups of 3. The C19 is the C20, will become the C21, which is in 2021, which is Agenda 21. You're going to have to figure all that out for yourself, guys. If I go into too much detail, they'll cut the video on me, okay? So just figure it out for yourself. Now, the other 3 that this comes in is configurations of 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. The first 7 is the shot. The second 7, 7, 7 is the second stage of that shot, and the third 7, 7, 7 is the final stage of that shot and what it went after. Okay? That's what all that means, guys. It's all Kabbalistic understanding of which I have thorough knowledge in. You guys don't know me like you think you do. I am fluent in Judaism, Hinduism. I'm fluent in Islam. I'm fluent in the Greek language, the ancient Greek language, the Latin, Germanic languages. Okay? You don't know me like you think you do. And I'm having to show you people who I really am in these last days. And this is really disturbing to me, but it's got to be done. Now, this first yantra that you see, which is the crown, this is what Crowley was after in the mystery of the 777. And you may say, well, Jerry, how does the first yantra, how does that have anything to do with the 777? Well, the whole key behind that, folks, is the Kabbalistic conversion from the yantra to the configuration of the bowel structure, anatomy of the human body into the chakras. And in this chakra, which this is the 7 gates of the Kabbalah, aligned with the chakras. And as you can see, the chakra is aligned as the 7th. Okay? Right there's your mystery, guys. Right here. It's soft. 7. And just like any other thing, and you won't see it anymore, it'll follow under the standard guidelines of the same thing as the yantras. It will configure into the chakra of 777. And so this is what Crowley was after right here. The crown virus. You can't make it up, people. So this is where it's affecting you. This is the aim, guys. This is what they're after, okay? Can't make it up. This is, you might say, well, what is the chakras, Jerry? Well, this is Hinduism is what it is. And in Hindu, you see, it's just like the yoga. Yoga is Hinduism, guys. It's the anatomy of a body and every bit of that, how it coincides spiritually with higher states of learning. But those higher states of learning is not of God and Jesus Christ, okay? So, you see now what he was after. I don't know how much more detail I need to go into about this,